Hello everyone, hello mga kachika, mga chikadora diyan, kamusta na po kayo? How are you everyone? And I know this is kind of like a different venture to inaano ko, so I have a guest and I think you know who he is and yeah, and we will start and bring him up after a few minutes and yeah, and hopefully you would enjoy this. Of course, what we're going to talk about is all about pageantry. What else, right? And other than that, a little bit of up close and personal chika chika dito with this guest that we have. So, oh, hello, Mizugat. Yan, ayan na, nagdadating na kayo. Hello, Claire. And yeah, and hopefully you would help me out with this, mga chikadoras. And we will be a little chika and a half tayo ngayon. Okay? So we will see how it goes and mag-intay-intay lang tayo ng ating mga viewers. Nakakailan na ba tayo? Mizugat. Because I watched him on YouTube, Mizugat. And yeah, dun ko lang siya nakita. And then of course, he has a what do you call this? Instagram. And he's here. So I'm gonna go bring him up now and hopefully you would enjoy. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Are you ready, Vijay? There you go.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You're in Ohio, right? So,
Yeah, in the beautiful state of Ohio.
yeah, right. So the audience are here, and then some of the viewers are asking, how did I
Oh,
uh, know you? And I told them this one, he's in Mizugat. It's
mm,
in Tagalog, but the English is how did I know you? And I said in YouTube, I saw your channel, and then of course with the other YouTube, social media platform like Instagram, and then that's it. I messaged you, right? So from
yeah,
there I reach out, and then here we go. It
yeah,
took a while because of the timing, right? So you're
yeah,
going back and forth, Ohio and Texas, right?
yeah, yeah. But
Okay, so say hi to our viewers first.
hi, mabuhay. Hello. Kumusta po kayo? Ako po si VJ sa US. My name is VJ from the US. I'm a pageant analyst as well, and I'm really thankful to Andy for bringing me on his channel and being able to mingle with you guys. I hope that you guys are all doing well, and I'm super excited to be here and just have a nice chat with Andy and you all. So yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
hi,
So yeah, hello everyone again, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes with this, and of course we're gonna talk about pageantry, and then one more thing only first is to start. When did you start like having an interest in pageantry, or are you watching, and then how did you come up to start with your channel?
Yeah, so it was back around 2018. One of my fraternity brothers, I was in a fraternity. He's Filipino and he graduated college, so he
Mm,
invited us all to his home. And so it happened to be coincidentally on the same day as Miss Universe 2018. I wasn't aware. So his family was obviously watching Miss Universe because it's such an integral part of Filipino culture. And they were so amped up and so excited, especially because that was the year of Catriona. So of course, they were going to be super just gigil, very happy. And so I was also gigil watching them, and then I
yeah.
got super excited and I was like, oh my God. And I just fell in love. Honestly, it was really just watching Catriona Gray on that stage. And then that year, just the top five in general, all the
Mhm.
events that year were just so incredible. So it really got me into pageantry. And then I had a partner for about 3 years who was Filipino. And
Mm,
so they were
okay.
very into pageantry as
Oh
well.
God,
So,
yes.
and I lived with them. And then my roommate for 4 years is Filipino. So I think just so many influences of like Filipinos in my life have just
Yes, yes,
led
yeah.
me into the love for pageantry, and now I love it. And I just decided to make a YouTube channel because I like to talk. I'm a big talker, and I'm very opinionated.
Yeah, I
So
can see that. I can see that on your videos too, right?
yeah,
So,
so
yeah, that's good. You really are very familiar with Filipinos, and then yeah, And me, I started watching, just a fan on what do you call it, Miss Universe. Since I got here in Canada, I always watched Miss Universe from
Mm.
like from the time being when Venus Ra came in
Oh,
2010. And every year I was so happy. And then what was that? Um, pandemic time.
yeah,
And
pandemic
then
time. Mhm.
pandemic time, I got encountered with this pageant blogger, Mama Sam, on
Mm.
Facebook. And
Mm.
then we talk in there, and then he invited me to guest in
Mm.
one of his channel. And then from that point, I guested a lot with Mama Sam, with who is this? Gaisel Cruella of Pageantry. If you're familiar with him, so that one, and then all of a sudden it stopped. I stopped for a
Oh,
while.
mhm.
For
Same.
1 year, I just kind of like seems like getting tired. Something came into happen in my
Mm.
everyday life here in Canada. So I stopped for a while, and then last year I get back into it again
Yeah.
with the last when Chelsea Manalo won.
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then until now it kicked in really good. So I just started, and yeah, and the community went on developing, and then yeah, followers are there, very nice of them. One
Yeah.
of them is this Claire English, Mizugat, and my friend is like, I said, well, what would I be doing something else aside
Mhm.
from talking about pageantry, right? Why I do have to get something other pageant bloggers or or analyzer. So
Mm.
yeah, we went out for with pageant coffee with Sir Lemon, and then you some other things, right?
Nice.
So,
Nice.
right.
Glad you
So
came.
with Miss Universe nowadays,
Mhm.
what is your thought of Nawat, Papa Nawat, on joining the Miss Universe organization as the event planner or the event organizer? What are your thoughts on that?
I think
What is your reaction?
he so the thing is with Kun An, right? It's a lot of like mischievousness sometimes. We're not really sure where the direction of her mind is going to go. We don't know what's happening. With Noah, while he does sometimes make comments that are very questionable or divisive at times, he's very straightforward and upfront. Like we know exactly what we're going to get with him. We know exactly what he wants. He lets
Mhm.
us know during the competition, I like this, I don't like this. Like he's very, at least whether you agree or disagree with his ways of doing, he's upfront. So there's no
Yeah.
questioning, there's no wondering like the past few years with Miss Universe, what they're looking for, what they want, what kind of influences are infiltrating the organization. So at least with Noah, while Noah will get a great production, we know he's really good with money
Yeah.
and business, which is a really big problem that Miss Universe is currently facing business-wise and financially. They're having some issues, and we know Nawat. I mean, he knows how to utilize the contestants to also make a profit. I mean, Vina Pravinar is a prime example. 7 days,
Mhm.
making 10 million baht, and then going on to make a few million more, which accumulates to over $300,000 USD in just a
Yeah.
week.
Right?
That's more than I make in a year. So I mean, like in a week, he's already profited my over my annual salary, almost double. So, at the end of the day, I think that he will bring profit to Miss Universe. And although I do think that he should take himself out of the organization a little bit more, like he shouldn't be such a spokesperson and so vocal. I would rather him be vocal and tell us upfront what he does and does not like, what he does and does not want in a contestant, rather than being mischievous. So long as he can keep the distinction between Miss Grand and Miss Universe,
Yes.
okay with it. I just don't want it to become muddled. So far from what I'm seeing, I still see the distinction. But we will know for sure when the competition actually airs if he was able to maintain
Yeah. That is so, hey.
or not. So
Yeah, that's also my thing about Papa Nawat. I love the way she makes the production, the show itself. It's really good because really has the the um, the the production or the lighting or the stage. He knows how to do a good pageant show. But with regards to online selling, the way he does with the Vina Pravinar, what do you think is that? Do you think that will be going into be applied to Miss Universe? Do you agree with that, or what is your thoughts about it?
It's a little odd. I'll be honest.
Right?
A little odd. I would wake up or I would go to bed after editing because I have a few things in my personal life I do. So after I'm done editing, it's almost 2, 3 a.m. for me. And I'll go on my TikTok to scroll like most people do in their bed. And I see Vina selling MUT
Right.
products. Like, okay. And I love Vina. So for me, it's just so weird because I'm like, I feel like it's almost like they're utilizing her because they know she's popular or whatever. At the end of the day, it needs money. It's a business. We as fans love MUT with our entirety, right? We love Miss
Mhm.
Universe in general, rather. We want to see it survive. I think most of us will be sad to see it go if finances were the reason why. So I don't have a problem with them wanting to make a profit. I have a problem with the way they're trying to make a profit. Um,
Mhm.
Selling online on TikTok Live, sure. But I think using the girls as a tool and using them as objects and objectifying them, that's what I'm not so like happy with. I wish that they would still have some integrity left with these women and not see them just as profit, but as full-fledged businesswomen. So Nawat said he's giving 10% of the profit to Vina Pravinar. So I mean, again, she's making twice my yearly rent in a week.
Just for a week.
As long as he gives some portion of that to the ladies, I'm okay with it, but
That'd be good, right?
they need to
Make money.
portion. So at least I know he paid Vina according to him. She gets
Mhm.
10%. So I mean, hey, as long as they get some portion of that funding, I think it's okay.
Me, I don't have also. We've been talking about these things for quite a while. Also,
Yeah,
uh, I'm vocal about. I have nothing against online selling because it's it the time now in pageantry evolves, and online selling and TikTok, even in Facebook, or even here in YouTube channel, in YouTube platform, you see a lot of people who does online selling, right? But as long as the product or the item that you are selling is related to pageantry, right? Like say for
yeah,
example, skincare products or makeup products, like the way they launched the skincare on Miss Universe last year, right? And same as with the makeup. That'd be great if those are the things that they're going to sell, not unlike with Vina selling shrimp paste on TikTok and the product of the NGI, kind of like that. So I'm okay with that. It really has to be in the form of like very related to pageantry, not outside, not let's say for example a food product
food products. Yeah,
or shrimp paste or dried fish like that. Even though
yeah.
even though the Filipinos or the Thais love dried fish and shrimp paste,
Yeah.
I don't think it's not the good product
Is it
for
bagaong? Is that what it is in
yes,
Tagalog?
the
Yeah,
bagong, yes,
yeah. Mm.
bagoong. So it's kind of crazy, and I said, oh no. Well, anyway, and one thing also is if the candidate, that person who does the selling on online, gets percentage of the profit, that's good, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So this is a win-win situation. But some other people doesn't like those online selling because it they said that the elegance and the essence of the queen is taken off. But I think nothing we can't stop it because it pageantry evolves, and Papa Nawat, and hopefully everything is gonna be set up right on the same spot, and they can run the Miss Universe really good, because we know that Raul and Kunan doesn't know how to run the business. So by this time, it would be hopefully it will be good.
Yeah, I
right?
agree.
Okay. Let's see on our audience here first if there is some questions that they want to ask you or us. And hello, Sam Navarro. Good morning, Sir Andy and friend. This is VJ. And Nell Maceda and says also Sir Andy and VJ and Sir Lemon. In esta Omizugat. Sir Lemon kay English Powers. Join ka with Jolly Personality. Yeah, maybe next time we'll join him. Okay, so Sir Lemon is asking regarding Indian pageantry, did you feel that India was better 20 years ago than the present time? What do you think and what happened? What should India do to come back as the pageant power of Asia?
I mean, I think the 90s were definitely the powerhouse, in early 2000s were the powerhouse year of India.
Right?
I think actually one of the judges came out and said that they blocked India from winning the back-to-back from 94 to 95 because they didn't want a back-to-back at the time. So, I mean, it was a very powerful time, both in Miss World. I think Miss World, we've always done well in India. It's just been, I
Yeah.
don't know why, I guess for whatever reason. And Miss Universe has been kind of the disconnect. I think they're doing better though. I think since our placement back in, I think 2019 when we finally started making it, we've been placing every year since. So at least we're placing.
Mhm.
We've had a win with her now, Sandhu. I saw Divya Rai live, and I thought she was really good. So I'm happy with the contestants that we've had so far. I think they always say never let Venezuela make top. Like never let us Venezuela walk, never let India talk. So I think Venezuela and India need to switch it. We need some help on the pasarela. Maybe they need to have some of Indian coaches for speaking. I think the Philippines has a good blend of both. So I think that if we could take our girls and send them to the Philippines for some like CJ Piazza training, perhaps that would be
Walking,
very
yeah.
appreciated. And they can, we can take some of the Filipino queens and they can come to us and we'll work on some Q&A training. And I think that we can team up that way, take over.
Right? Yeah, I mean, candidates from India are really eloquent and they're really not just simply knows how to talk, then they talk from the heart and
I
from their
think Catriona
experiences,
Gray said in
right?
a interview, one of her inspirations for speaking specifically was Laura Datta. So that was
Mm,
a really proudful thing to say.
2000, yeah.
Yeah, I love Catriona. So to hear that she's inspired by Laura Datta was like a very prideful moment for me. I was like, oh wow, like that's really cool.
Okay, from Mizuga, Fukiko. I like your pullover, Sir Andy, and the hoodies of VJ. Oh, thank you.
Thank
May
you.
I ask where did you bought that? And what are your favorite brands in clothing? Thanks. This is just from here in Canada. It's just a store that I like to go to. Yeah, thank you so much. And the brand, I don't have like a specific brand that I like. As long as I like the look of it and it looks good on me, I'll take it. And I'm not a kind of person who wears branded shirts or something. Yeah, that's my Mizugat. Hopefully, you would get an answer to you that. And then how about you, VJ? Would you like
I got
to?
this years ago. I don't actually remember where I got it, but you can probably go to a thrift store or any store, buy a pink hoodie and tear some holes in it, and I'm sure you'll get the same
Okay. Yeah,
result.
we did
As
that.
far as brands go, I'm the same way. I don't have a brand specifically that I buy from. I'm not big on name brands. I think that they're very overpriced.
Yeah,
Uh,
it
but
is.
I just think if it looks good and it's comfortable, that's what I look for.
Mhm. And then another from Mizuga, selling of products and goods are not totally responsibility of the contestants. Yeah, that's true. But nothing we can do about it, Mizuga, because Papa Nawat is getting into the organization. And yeah, I feel sorry for them. These Thai owners ruined the essence of pageantry. I'm not really like ruin like on the percentage of that one. I think it's just the evolution of pageantry exists, and we can't do nothing about it. I think Misugat. So yeah, that's the only thing I can take on that. What about you, VJ? What
I
can
think
you
we
say
have to
about
remember that during the Trump era and IMG era, these are two
right?
people slash
Mm.
organizations that have money. They came in with money. Kun Ann is a millionaire, but a lot of her profits, I'm guessing, are coming in the form of Thai baht. And we
Yeah.
have to remember that currency is different. So while they're making $10 million in Thai baht, it is reduced down to 300,000 USD. That's a big reduction. While it's still a lot of money, it's not a lot of money in terms of business power, right? Like what you can do with
Mm.
300 USD can only go so far in other countries where maybe their currency holds a little bit more value or more strength. So at the end of the day, we have to remember that the other owner of MU is from Mexico and he has Mexican pesos to work with, and still the currency exchange rate is really
Very
uh,
different.
big. So we have to keep in mind that they are going to have to do business at some point and make profit. I don't have a problem with that. I just think the way they're going about it is not registering well with their target audience. So I think they need to reformat their plan on how they're going to make a profit.
And we'll see another question or statement here from Sir Lemon of the Pageant Cafe. Um, by the way, he's the one I'm always having like a chit chat here or the Pageant Chika. He always collabs with me.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's Sir Tony Lemon. Yeah. Like in the Philippines, does India have a problem with their MU organization? For quite some time, India was not getting the best yearly ranking except when Harnas won.
I think a little bit. I think the Philippines and India have been
But
placing pretty similarly the last few years. Like when Harnaz won, Bea was in top 5 with her. You know,
yes,
Chelsea this
they
year.
were best friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I think back in 2022 when I went in New Orleans, I think Celeste
Oh,
didn't
you were there.
play.
Yeah.
I was there live. Yeah, India played was the Lao were the ones from Asia who placed. Then, but she didn't get past the top 20. And then this year, we had both Ria Singha from India and Chelsea Manala from Philippines have the same placement as well, with
Mhm.
Chelsea Manala going on to becoming MU Asia. So I think that, you know, I don't know if Indians have a problem per se. Um, I think they're just so fixated on Miss World anyways, to be quite honest, that they're just like, whatever. Like, we're just gonna
Mhm.
fixate on Miss World. We're gonna hype up Miss World. We're gonna focus on Miss World. Forget Miss Universe. Miss World is very popular today in India still. It's very relevant. The women who win Miss World from India end up becoming very, very successful. So I think that that's really the focus of the women in India more than Miss Universe, to be honest.
Yeah, Miss India is always topping out the Miss World, unlike us in the Philippines, it's having a hard time to get into, you know. And then for the last few years, we like last year, we didn't even make it to the first cup. So I'm not sure with that. And then yeah, um, we just have to tap into the next things that I kind of like on my thought about on the Miss Universe organization. Do you think VJ? Is there any chance? Do you think that Nawat Isaac Rizal will be a part of the owner of the Miss Universe organization? What do you
Mm,
think is that? Let's do like advanced thinking here because we know Papa Nawat is kind of like you know him. He wants to acquire of things about pageantry. So you think there's a chance for him to be buying out Raul or even Kunan,
yes, I think so. I mean,
right?
he already, gotten he paid a lump sum to acquire MUT for the next 5 years. I think it's probably a trial run for him. Let me see and it's a smart one. MUT,
Mhm.
regardless of how MUO performs, Miss Universe Thailand is going to be profitable no matter what because Thais love pageantry. Same with like
Yeah.
MUPH, right? Even if Miss Universe organization is not profitable, even if it's not really popular, MUPH will always be profitable and popular. So by just getting the franchise of MUT and not purchasing a Miss Universe organization quite yet, he can only have the financial responsibility and profit of Miss Universe Thailand, still assist Miss Universe organization, and then if he feels like he's able to kind of whip it back into shape where it is profitable as well, and he's not losing a certain margin of profit, then perhaps he will move on to acquire it. But I think he's doing kind of like a trial run by taking over Miss Universe Thailand and teaming up with Anne and Raul as a partner versus a actual owner, just to see for now how that works out. And I think it's smart. I mean, even if you don't like Nawat, one thing I will say, he has a smart way of going about business, although it is quite
Yeah, so
questionable.
true. I agree with that, right?
Very questionable, but he's not void of knowledge, and so yeah.
Do you think that's a good or bad for the
Again, I
MUO?
think that if I had to pick Kun An and Raul versus Nawat, I would go with Nawat. Because Nawat, he at least again will we will know right away
Knows the
what's
business,
happening,
right?
who he likes, who he doesn't like, what he wants, what he doesn't want. It will be more directional. Women and
Mm,
contestants and the ladies, the queens, will have more of an idea of what to go for. Miss Grand, the girls know what they need to do to win Miss Grand. I think
yeah.
Indians were yelling at Rachel Gupta like, "Post more, put on your story more. We need to increase her following. We need to follow her more, spread her stuff." Like we were like, we just knew that's what he wanted, and that he was saying it too. He's like, "Well, why is Rachel not getting a lot of attention? She's so pretty, this, that." So he says these things. It's questionable. I wish that he would deliver them a little bit more kindly, but it's at least with Kunan, it's more mischievous. It's just so like, what is going on? We don't know. It's so.
Yeah, I mean, on the press presentation during, when what was presented as part of the Miss Universe Thailand, and the two queens, Rachel Gupta of MGI and Victoria Tilvig, the Miss Universe, is kind of like being like left alone and never even give
Yeah,
focus, and kind of like a focus is on those three and then two others in there. And I said,
yeah,
what the heck is this? Is this like a pageant for the owners? And the two queens are on the far side, and they didn't even exist on the frame of the TV or the screen. And I
yeah,
feel bad to them, right? So
I
kind of
agree.
like, wow. Wow, I think hopefully this is not gonna be like this all throughout of the pageant. Hopefully the style of MGI which Papa Nawat is doing would stay on that pageant
Yeah,
and not to be applied same way on on Miss Universe. And hopefully, I'm very traditionalist. I'm traditional on choosing the pageant. I want somebody who has, like, the preliminary, and then whoever on the top 20 or top 10 list chosen of those judges on preliminary, and then a good set, another set of judges on the finals, and they have to
yeah,
decide who the winners are. And I'm still going to that, and I do not like the style of Papa. Oh, I want him. Oh, I want her. I want her. I want those five that will be
yeah.
on top five.
Hmm.
No, I
Hmm.
mean it's kind of like hopefully the judging will not be like that.
Yeah,
So right,
I'm hopeful for that as well. I agree with you, and I think I'm on the same page when it comes to that.
it's kind of crazy. And then there's one question here. Maybe this is a little bit of personal, and you can
Um,
answer that. Nelma said is asking, "Are you single or
yeah,
taken?"
it's okay. I've gotten this question on other lives. Yeah, I am single, happily,
Oh, there you go.
happily.
You're happily single, ready to mingle. Just
Maybe
kidding.
later, maybe some other year.
Okay. Yeah, and Miss Sugar is asking, VJ, what is your nationality and what is your favorite Filipino dish and desserts? Yeah, it's asking your heritage. I mean,
Yeah, so my nationality is American, but my ethnicity is my dad's from India, so I'm half
there
Indian,
you go.
and then my mom is a mix of things, so French, Italian, Native American. Um,
Mm,
but I grew up with my Lolo and Lola, who are from India. They raised me,
yeah,
so yeah. And my favorite Filipino dish, I when I was in the Philippines, I really, really loved. It's gonna sound really silly, but I loved mang inasal. I loved their crema de leche halo halo. So that was like my
yeah.
go-to dessert. Oh, and taho. I love taho. a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That's
the
good for the morning breakfast.
Yeah, and kwek kwek. I like kwek kwek too.
That's what
Yeah,
quail eggs. Yeah,
yeah, I like the quail eggs. And the other thing that comes with it is usually kwek kwek with something else, but I forget the name. But yeah,
yeah.
I love
Oh,
kwek kwek.
you've been to Philippines too for how
I
long
went
did you
for
stay
like
there?
almost a month, and then we also went to Bali, Singapore, and Malaysia. But most of the time was spent in the Philippines. So, with my roommate, his barangay is in Bulacan, so we went to
Mm,
Bulacan, Baguio, BGC, Quezon City, Makati,
nice.
yeah, El Nido, Puerto Princesa. So,
I think I have a feeling you understand Tagalog already, aren't you?
oh, konti lang po, konti lang po.
Right, so let's see. Here's another one from Sir Tony Lemon again. Kindly confirm or not, was there a time in the Q&A was being done in essay form than verbal? I don't think
I don't think so.
there's a
Not
no. It's
written.
always the
No.
impromptu.
They used to do the sit down on the couch where they would like sit down on the
Yes.
couch, have a
Yeah.
conversation, but not
Like a
written.
casual. Right? So yeah, let's now go to Miss Universe Philippines on one of our what are looking after and keep an eye on as of now because it's ongoing, right? So with we just finished the swimsuit showcase photos, right? And prior to that is the what do you call that? The headshots and then the evening gown glam.
And then
I
the
would say that.
I think there was another one, right? Another
There's
swim
another one, the subpoena and then the personality showcase, the
showcase.
interview, right? So with those things happened already, VJ. So which one do you think is you feel that is gonna be really making it to represent the Miss Universe Philippines?
Like one person or like my favorites in general?
Give me like at least three or five that you think is the one who can really represent. And if only you have like one, just yeah,
Okay.
it's up to
I'm gonna
you.
look at my phone. I screenshot some of the people. So I'm like, let me make sure I don't forget anyone. Okay. I'll do at least one veteran. So I mean, okay, I'll be frank and say my sentimental favorite is Adwana. I love Adwana, but she's been getting a lot of criticism lately. I was like, wow, a lot of people are saying she's annoying, wordy, talks too much. And I'm like, well, that's me too. I talk too much and I'm annoying and wordy as well.
There you go, Sir Tony Lemon.
Why-
Because Sir Tony loves
yeah, I'm like, that's why I like her, I
Liliana
think. I'm
too.
like, "Ugh." In fairness, she speaks way better English than I do, and I was born and raised in the US. Like, wow, this girl's really smart. Realistically, I really am liking, outside of my sentimental favorite, obviously, I'm really liking Benguet for the newbies.
Yes, yeah,
I'm
right.
loving Benguet. Oh my gosh.
Monica Ibarde.
Such a Binay beauty, so
Mhm.
just so beautiful. I won't say that her speaking necessarily captivated me during the personality interview, and I know it didn't because I don't quite remember it. So, if I don't remember it off the top of my head, that tells me that it wasn't super memorable. So, I'm hoping that when it comes time for Q&A, if she makes it that far, she can deliver well. And I am curious to see at the Hello Glow runway that they're going to be doing
Yeah,
today. I want to see how
yeah.
she presents with walking and
Later
fast.
on, yeah.
Um,
Later on in the Philippines.
yes. I I think next I really am enjoying I'm liking Kat Yagalo this year.
Katrina Ligado, yeah.
Yeah, and
Kagi,
I thought she was okay long before, back in
yeah,
2022, okay, but this year I feel like she's just a different contender. She's definitely improved on her speaking, and I really am proud, honestly, of how far she's come when it comes to her speaking capabilities. So, I like her. Um, but if you want me to be honest and tell you one person who I think is well-rounded,
yeah.
can walk well, has a great passerella, speaks well, to the point, has a full package, and I wrestle with this contestant because of comments made by Kunan. So I worry that she's not going to fit this current brand. But if it's my personal choice, who I think is a great contestant, who I would send to Miss Universe today, If no
Mhm.
other, it would be Montelupa. It'd be Winwin Marquez.
Yeah, win-win, yeah.
She's just so well-rounded. I mean, every single time she's consistent, she speaks well and naturally, she connects super well. She has a youthful glow that she still managed to somehow maintain after having a child and going after a few years. I mean, she's just so fresh, just like when she was at Ina Hispanoamericana. It feels like she entered the competition not several years after her reign, but just the year following. Like she just looks
Mhm.
so good. And I'm just quite impressed with her. So that would be my one choice. Obviously, I like Atiza as well. I know a lot of people are going
Mhm.
to watch this and say, "Where's Atiza?" She's doing well. In the beginning, I was like, I'm not sure, but I think as of late, I've really enjoyed what she's put out into her photo shoots. And I think her styling has gone in the correct direction. But Muntinlupa for me is just I'm hesitant though because
Yeah,
Kunya
right.
made comments about we don't want a mom. We're not going to let a mom.
Yes, the inclusives, the mom, the married, the
And
transgender, or the plus size. We can let them
compete.
participate but or compete, but they're not gonna be the winner. And with vitamins, he's inclusive with a lot of things, right? The mom, married, and then the age.
Age, yeah.
So this is kind of like a risk for
Yeah.
Philippines, or like bet into it with a high risk of losing or winning. But as we always talk about here on pageantry when we do live, it might they might swallow their what they said that they're not gonna make it the winner. But if we're going to present them a candidate that is well deserving to win, who knows, win can make that happen, right? So, and then with regards to what they're choosing right now, like a pretty a Barbie looking, just like Miss Denmark, the winner. My choice for that one is Atisa Manalo. So
Mm.
which one of those two would be able to? Which one are we going to bet into the risk of losing or winning? So it's hard. It's hard as of now because you don't know what they want to do. So just to sell the brand, right? So
If I was gonna pick someone from MUPH who was to the fireness,
yeah.
likeness of like Victoria and Shanice Palacio, I probably would go with Kat Yagado then
Yes.
for me.
Yeah. We can't take that off also on the equation, right? Because Katrina Ligado is really pretty also. He can talk, he can answer some question, but not that really nice and
Yeah.
sustaining or whatever. Like, as we all say some in Tagalog, there's no sustansya, there's no vitamins on it, and there's no, you know, but hopefully she would be able to make it. And this is the competition, right? So we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So it downs boil into really. I think it's going to be. Hope it should be. It's not going to be. I think from this time it should be the veteran they should bring to
Mm.
the competition, right? So and we'll see the comments of To the Peel. Hello to the Peel. Thank you for coming. The market industry is also evolving. I guess Papa Nawat is taking advantage of the technology and candidates' popularity. I guess e-commerce is here to stay and Papa Nawat will make money out of it. So true. I agree with you to the Peel. I think, and that's the reason why she did he put up the MGI and then with plus of the online selling, the e-commerce. So that's how you make money out of it. So and with Atisa being more relaxed and calm, do both of you think that her aura and looks are still Miss Universe level? Uh, Go ahead, BJ. After you.
At first, I thought maybe not. When she first came back, when her styling was going and her calmness and her demeanor, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be the year for her. Now, with her evening gown photo shoot and her swimsuit photo shoot, and they recently put out some
She's
video.
giving, no?
She's
She's
giving.
giving us. Yeah.
Ganda, 'di ba? So,
Mm-mm.
gusto ko nga Tita Manalo na yun, pero I think that it's not definite. It's still a competition.
Yeah,
So I think she has to keep this momentum up. I think if she
yeah,
keeps this up, there's no reason she won't at least make a top 5, and then thereafter perhaps win Miss Universe.
yeah. So
Uh,
true. Brownie Pinoy, it says to me also that if she keeps that momentum and at the same time she will not do what she did last year that made her lose to get the crown. And just we all know and tap into the fact that the Miss Universe organizations want a pretty looking Barbie Luca candidate, which is she has probably,
pero
right?
para sa akin, gusto kong Laguna rin. So I like her as well.
Right?
Yeah.
That's one thing too. So
Mm.
yeah. And then another from Mizugat. If Halu sold part of MU shares, Halu is
Oh,
Kunan.
hello? Yeah.
The Filipinos call her Halu. Shares to Raul Rocha.
Mm.
Why it seems like Halu is still on the major control. It feels like Raul is just a dummy. I'm a bit skeptical having partnership with Nawat. Uh, Go ahead, Vijay, if you have a thoughts on that one.
Um, this is a very like Bilio comment. Okay,
Yeah,
I would
right?
say
It's not gonna happen, I think,
yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Raul Rocha to me, hindi ko gusto Raul Rocha if I'm being honest. Yeah, hindi ko
right?
gusto.
What is he doing? When I realized that he's gonna be a part of it from last year, oh my God, who is this guy? I mean, let's see
Yeah,
how it goes, but definitely Halu will not, you know, he will not sold the shares to Raul Rocha. Definitely, I think
yeah.
Raul Rocha will be
Oh, he's
selling
too
his share to Kun An or
Nawat.
Nawat. That's the one that I'm thinking. And from To the Pill again, also pageant popularity 30 years ago is totally different now. Its business market value is decreasing yearly, so pageant owners need to do something to make a profit out of it, or else it will fade away. Yeah, I agree with you To the Pill, kasi that's the reason why I think they get Papa Nawat to be into the picture, because Nawat is the one who knows how to run pageant, right?
Yeah, I
Right, Vijay? So,
agree. He knows how to run. He knows how to run a pageant. I just wish that their methodology of making profit was just a little different.
so true. And then there's another from Sir Lemon. MUP is going on. If you are the single judge, who is your top five today for MUPH and why? This is on the spot.
It's mahirap kasi we haven't really seen like their pasarelas. We haven't seen so much yet. I mean, we had one personality interview, but the
It's not
only
enough, right?
not enough. So it's really hard to tell. We're veering towards the veterans so much because with the content we have, we know what they can provide, but we don't know so
Mhm.
much about the
On
newer.
the newbies. Yeah.
So it's yet to be seen what the newbies can do. I mean, a lot of people are talking about Malayan Aklan, Southern
Yes.
California. They love her beauty, but I haven't. I love her beauty too, but like Kyla Jean Carter last year, she was so beautiful, but the pasarela was just okay long, diba? So
Yeah, that's true.
it could be the same thing for her as well. Like she could be beautiful, but then the pasarela comes around and it's not where it
Mhm.
needs to be to progress very far.
That she's not giving us. So, right? So, have you seen one of the pageant vlogger, the Crown Philippines? Do you know that guy,
Like
Christian?
the crown
Yeah,
PH.
yeah,
Yeah,
Crown
yeah, yeah.
PH. She
Mhm.
has a lot of interviews with the candidates in there, and
Mhm.
if you will see her talk, I think she's good in talking also. But again, with this question, like with the Sir Lemon, it's hard to have the top five, and I mean, just like Vijay said, we need to see them on in motion.
Yeah, today will tell us a lot. Hello Glow will tell us at
Yeah, on the
least
Hello Glow, on that first
100%.
one. Yeah, right. with Sir Tony again. Oh my God, it's hirap mag-vlog
Oh,
na full English. Kaya natin to.
pasensya na po.
Just bring the Google Translate. Oh, it's fine. Next time you have to join me if I am gonna go get
Uh,
somebody else who's on full English like VJ again. Hello, Sir Lemon says clear English. And then another from Sir Lemon. What are you looking for MU winner this year in Thailand? Are there certain characteristics that you are looking for? VJ.
sorry, I have my boba. Um, yeah, yeah, I do, because we're no longer. I think a lot of people are still stuck on judging the girls and looking for the qualities of IMG, and we have to get out of that. IMG criteria and the JKN era are very, very different.
Different, yeah.
So I think a lot of countries, India included, are still stuck on trying to mold the girl into the IMG era. Because truly, we had issues with IMG, but overall, we liked IMG. We liked the qualities that the girls had to possess. They had to be the, genuineness of Pia Wurtzbach, but like the ferocity of Hernas Sandhu, for example. But then the full
Right, so
package of
true.
Katrina Gray. So Zozabini Tunzi. We love those queens because they're just so well versed and well rounded. But for this era, it's more Miss Grand like in the sense that you need to have marketability, you need to have branding, you definitely need to have a fire passerella, like CJ Piazza level type of passerella. You need to be Vava Voom because Shanice and Victoria are both Vava
Oh
Voom.
my God, yes.
Yeah, so Vavavoom. And I like them for their own qualities as well. So it's not a shade to them. I love Shani specifically or particularly. But I think that ultimately that's what I'm looking for. Speaking is important to me on a personal level, but if I'm talking about JKN era, I think that it's less important. You can't be unintelligent, but you can get away with being okay at speaking. I think the marketability, brandability, and the Vava Voomness is really what I'm looking for, that possible type of approach.
Mm.
So that's what I'm looking for.
It would be nice if there's a combination of a girl that they're gonna get is from the IMG era. No, Trump era and IMG. Trump in a way that's really a Barbie looking, Vava Boom body and all that. And at the same time, intelligently on the IMG era. Would you? But that is kind of like, hold on right there. So hopefully that can happen on this JKN slash Nawat era. So hopefully they would be able to see that, even though they're putting up those four Bs,
Mhm,
right? The
mhm.
body, the beauty, the business, and then what's the other one?
Body, beauty, business, brains.
Brain. And at the same time, the one that's always missing is the behavior. It has to be a good behavior. It should be like really approachable and not so very as we call it in the Philippines, atichona, the one with an attitude.
Yeah,
Kind of like that,
yeah.
right? Hindi
I think it's
suplada,
so
right?
interesting because when I look at the qualities of what I think a Miss Grand versus Miss Universe should possess, but then I see Victoria and Rachel next to each other, I almost feel like Miss Rachel is more of a Miss Universe, more docile, more kind of introverted self, and Victoria is very Miss Grand. I mean, she was Miss Grand Denmark, so
Yeah,
it makes sense. But I'm like, I feel like they should have switched crowns. Like Rachel should be Miss Universe, and
right? Yeah,
Victoria should have been Miss Grand because
so
they fit
true.
brands.
And then Sir Tony said, among international bloggers, Ileana Aduana is, I wonder why she's the number one choice. And then among them, they choose her. And yes, win-win is really the complete package. Unfortunately, she's a 3 point
Mm.
inclusive. Yeah, it's a heartbreaking. So,
We've had
so
older moms enter the top 5, but
mhm.
I don't know. It is a gamble.
Yeah, so true. And yeah, and then maybe our last chikahan topic would be the Binibini is coming out already. It's going on,
Yeah,
right? What are your thoughts with Annabelle McDonald is joining Binibini? I was so freaking our Miss Charm first runner up. What are your thoughts there, VJ?
um,
Were you shocked too?
No, I think she would be good. I think she would be good for something like Miss International, to be honest. I mean, she's so well spoken. That Annabelle McDonald's super intelligent. Super intelligent. So, I guess I was shocked in the sense I didn't know she even had any interest in returning to pageantry, or at least this soon. Let alone Binibining Pilipinas. I thought maybe she'd vie again for MEPH. But to be honest, if I had to put her in a pageant, it would be either Miss World or Miss International. I think she'd fit either quite well.
On
Um,
those two, right?
yeah, it's like Paulina Malings. I always felt like Miss World or Miss International would be such a great
Yeah.
for her, and I really wish that she would have, or still may, one day go for it. So, good for her, and Laban Annabelle, and good luck.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because me, I was on on the videos of Adam Hinato, Hey Adam G,
Mm-hmm.
and those things that she put out there. I have like four candidates that I'm kind of like, oh, these girls are really like really kicking up a notch, like
Mm-hmm.
with Annabelle McDonald, and then this girl from uh, who grew up in UK, Mia Golosano, the one who has a high IQ. Oh my gosh, she speaks really well. And then this who's this Valle Verde. Oh no, not Valle Verde is a place in the Philippines. Dalia Varde. Sorry about that.
Mm.
So she's pretty. She's the actress now of Star Cinema, ABS-CBN, and she really can speak really good. And then there's another one who participated in the past, Joanna Thornley, and she's putting up a comeback to represent Angeles again. And they're pretty much good candidates that I've seen on the videos, and then plus Cheryl Bellis is coming back.
That's
If you
the
remember, yeah,
Bakla one, right?
the what?
Is she the one that's Bakla as well? Like the one that
Yes,
yes, I love
I
her.
love her. She's
Oh my
the
god,
Miss
she's so
Congeniality. Yes,
cute
yeah,
and
she's so
sobrang cute,
funny.
diba? I
Uh,
love her.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm excited about her because even though you wouldn't be able to see her winning a crown, but for her to be there is kind of like it lights
I
up
wanna see her
the
win
crowd,
something. Like, I don't know
right?
what, whatever, give her whatever just because she's so dedicated and she has improved,
Yes,
like, she's improved so much.
yes,
So, I want her to go train with, like, CGO Piazza and so like, shock everyone. Like, "Oh my god."
yeah, that's so true. And somebody's asking here about Miss Wildfire Daniela Alejandra Lee. She's a good viewer to a fan on the comment section. I don't know
Mm.
why she's not here. So they're looking for her. And even Sir Tony, where's Daniela? We need her. And then Mizugat is saying she might be like having a walk in the park,
Mm.
right? So let's see. And this one here, Katrina is my bet for this edition since com skills is not important by JKN like the current Queen Denmark. She needs someone a unique aura. You know what? I agree with you, Mizugat, and that's also the one that VJ is kind of like giving a thought to, not to exclude. And if you would be able to pattern it to Miss Denmark, Victoria Tilby, she's the best candidate to send. But we don't know if they're gonna look for another one pretty much the same as the Miss Denmark. So we have to be very careful with that,
Mm.
di ba? And and then what else? Yeah, I have a question here, like for getting to know. When did you start your channel?
I started it about 2022, I think, or 20, yeah. But then I stopped, like you, I stopped for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I started nursing school, so I was super, super
Oh,
busy. It was a second degree program, so it was, yeah, bachelor's in 11 months. So it was very fast paced, very intense. Um,
mm-hmm.
I just didn't have the time really to edit and do things the way I wanted to. Um, and then I came back about October of last year,
Yeah,
and
I've seen that.
yeah,
I've seen
just
your progression
yeah,
on pageantry blogging. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm just overwhelmed by the growth, and I'm so like thankful and appreciative. Um, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I came right around when I think Miss Grand was starting, and it was just such a fun time, especially because being Indian too, and there's not a lot of us who are very vocal, I guess you could say. At least on YouTube. I don't know many Indian YouTube pageant analysts or vloggers. There's so many from other places, but not India. So um, seeing Rachel, get to the crown was like super
Hmm.
exciting. And she's from my exact region. Like, how you have like
Oh
Ilocano,
wow, yeah, yeah.
Ilonggos, Visaya. We have it in India too. So her and her Nas and Fina Pravinar were all from the same part of India.
Mm, oh wow.
Yeah.
That part of region is really like producing
I
pretty
guess
woman.
so. I don't know. I don't know. Even Priyanka Chopra's from the same place too.
Oh, see, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. And there's a question here from Claire. Which country do you think is more ready to compete with MU this year?
Well, I think it's hard to tell because not all the countries are there yet. Venezuela crowns their queen really, really early. So I imagine that she'll be prepared just because she's probably had the most time. And Venezuela is a very powerhouse country.
Oh
Um,
God, yeah.
Philippines is going to prepare their queen, obviously, pretty well. I just think that they need a shift from IMG to JKN era, and then they'll be on their way to go. India, we'll see. I think they're doing better. I like the new national director, Nikhil Anand. Um, I think he has good ideas. He has good queens. It's just execution now. I think honestly, if Vina was to win Thailand, I don't know. I think that they're
Right.
vying for Thailand to win, and then Vina is just so popular amongst international fans, from the Latinos to obviously Indians because she's Indian blooded. And I even see a lot of Filipinos, who love her as well. Um, and it would be almost like a Pia Awards backstory, diba? Like coming for the crown
Mm,
again, and then
true.
finally winning.
At the
Um,
end, yeah.
so
Eventually.
yeah, I think Thailand would be good. Some countries that don't get a lot of recognition but have really, really beautiful women. I just think it's a lack of training. Is a lot of the countries in Africa have really, really beautiful women. South Africa always as well. I love the women from Nigeria, Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Kenya, Namibia. Namibia has some gorgeous women.
Yeah, yeah.
Jamaica has gorgeous contestants. Laos and Cambodia in Asia, I think Lao and Khmer women are just so gorgeous. I think it's just a lack of training availability and resources. So I don't know if they'll be the most prepared, but I think they'll have some of the like most beautiful women competing. So I'm excited to see who they put forth.
There you go. There you go, Claire. Hopefully that gave you a good answer from BJ. Um, but if you would ask me to compete in MU, who do you think is ready to compete? Everybody is ready. I wouldn't cast out any candidates or any country at all because and just like we all know, the powerhouse country is always there. Venezuela, Colombia, Puerto Rico, and then there's another that really this sleeping powerhouse country that's always gets into the top 10 but never wins, like Curacao, things
Ugh,
like that,
totally.
right? Those,
Curacao.
oh my goodness. And UK or England, kind of like that, or Australia, even though Australia is kind of like on and off, but still when they bring somebody, they're really pretty. And we don't know what's going to happen here in Canada too. And it's on now. They already have the candidates, and I think they're done looking. And hopefully, they could choose the one that's really good to represent Canada. And then there's one question in here. Never mind the first one. You go, huh?
Uh,
You're still your shortbread, huh? And what the hell is going on with the Miss USA organization? That
oh
one
god.
too.
Oh
That's
god.
a mess, right?
I have no idea. I need someone like Danny Walker to just go ahead and take it over. Like,
Right? So
um,
true.
if I had the money, I would step up and just say, "Give it over here." But I- God, so sad. I
Right?
feel so bad for all those ladies. Or even Arbany Nola. Oh my God, she would be such a great director. I wish that she would just take it
Yeah.
up. She's familiar with
Mm-hmm.
Anne. She's so
Mm-hmm.
talented and such a lovely person. And I lived in Houston, so I've actually got to see her before she was even Miss Texas. She really does be involved in the community. She's a great person.
Yeah, yeah. And as we all know, what happened to Arbony, he went through some a lot of controversies
Yeah,
with regards to her of winning, and at the same time, she's missing in action. The national director, uh, nowhere to be found, and all of the state directors are kind of like, "What's going on?" We don't hear anything from her, kind of like that. So, and Miss Sugat says, "Ang cute ni BJ pag mag-Tagalog words."
mm. So
He's trying to,
yeah.
yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then follow up from Claire English. BJ, which country? Oh, we already asked that. The com skills of Katrina is not bad and fair enough. Just need more exposure and training, right? So, um, let me see. Oh, my dogs are barking. You hear that?
It's okay. I have one downstairs. I told my family, just keep him under wraps. He barks at anything that moves.
And this one from Shortbread the Pug here. And who among the current 2025 national winners are the current front runners? What? I don't understand.
Like out of the
Shortbread.
ones who are currently crowned from like their respective
Ah, okay.
countries. Um,
And what makes you blush?
oh, what makes me blush? Kindness, consideration.
There
Uh,
you go, guys.
um,
Who among the current
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think anyone's won yet. That it's so early. Like I don't think anyone's won yet that I'm solid on. I like Brazil, their winner. I thought she was quite enticing. I
I
don't think
haven't.
she's. Oh yeah, she's quite enticing. Her Pasarola. It kind of reminds me of Miss Brazil 2020. Um, I don't remember. Hindi ko tanda what her name is. The one that was Juliana or whatever. The one for first runner up, Miss Universe 2020 with Andrea Mesa.
Yeah.
She's like that.
Okay, let's do, guys. I'm just gonna choose the questions in comments, huh? You guys be good. They're being naughty on the comment section. Don't forget what Kunan said in the viral scandal regarding the inclusivity and that can join but they can't win. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we talked about earlier to the pill. And here's my another partner that I always have collab with, Dennis Chavez, and he's in here in Canada on in Vancouver. Hello, Dennis. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Dennis.
And Mizuga, do you think Krishna is a fit for Miss World, or she should join for MGI Supra or go back to MU?
Um, I think she'll do great. I think she'll do great. I love Krishna Gravitas. As far as is she a fit for Miss World? I think as long as she just tones back a little bit from that like very super like pasabog aura, then I think she'll be fine. She's very loved by
Mhm.
many people. I do think she'd do great at MGI or Supra if she was to go there or MU as well. So I think she'll do
Yeah.
good.
For me, for now, on the top favorites among international bloggers are really she's always in the top 5 or top 10. So that's good. She's doing good in terms of giving and presenting herself in the media bloggers or pageant bloggers. So that's good. It's a good point on that. Hopefully that would translate on the stage. So yeah, that's my take on that, Mizugat? Because I'm not sure. Anyone in the comment section who knows when is going to be the Miss World? Do you know,
They
BJ?
have, I don't
When?
know off the top of my head, but I do know that they have it released. It's going to be in India, so
Yeah,
but I don't.
and I saw one of Julia, the owner, kind of like talking, and the people are like chit chatting and not listening. I feel bad about on that woman.
Mm-hmm.
Right, all-purpose queen. Let's see. Um, Here's another one. That's a good one. Do you think Alexi Brooks will do good in Miss Eco, even though her prototype is different?
I think so. I like Alexi Brooks, and I like that she's been putting out different styles as well. Miss Eco,
Mm,
I'm not super familiar, but I know they tend to go a little bit more like Vava Voom. The styling is a little bit more like risky. I think Alexi's very adaptable, and I think that's her strongest, you know, quality. So I think she will move forward fine with Miss Eco.
mm. Excuse me. Miss Eco for me is kind of like a training ground for me.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right? So I don't know. It's a very young pageant. It's been there for a while. Not even like 5 or 10 years. I don't know. I haven't seen their pageant so far, even though last year I kind of like but I missed it. And then I think this time I'm gonna go watch the Miss Eco International pageant, and that would be on April 19 is the finals. April 17 is prelims. It's posted on my wall. That's
Ah,
why I'm reading it.
sige.
And they would start on April 9,
Mm.
the opening ceremony, or you know, the registration and all. Um, Let me see. I'm not checking. No. Hello, Pia Gray. Thank you for coming. Hi,
Hi.
Andy and VJ. Yes, I do have bangs, Sir Tony, this time. VJ, if you were no rules in your life in one day, it could be outrageous. What would you? This is like a
Oh.
Miss. This is for Miss USA's question, right? Diba? You guys, ha? Alam ko, kasi mag-Amerika ba? Ito para makarating na land of milk and honey. Oh, whatever. I'm good here, Tony. Don't you worry about that. I love the US, but nothing can beat Canada also. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's go check it out with these people here. A little bit of a kulitan side na. Hi, Vijay. Do you live in Texas? Yes, he's from Texas, and now you're in Ohio, right?
Yeah, I'm in Ohio. So I'm from Ohio. I just lived in Texas, and now I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, um, ang galing ni Andy today, clear and flow. Okay, thank you, Mr. Tony Lemon. Ohio and Texas ata siya. So he just said he's from Ohio. He just lived in Texas for some, maybe studies or
Oh,
something. I
yeah.
don't know. Um, Parang magkuya lang sila ni VJ and Andy. Resemblance kayo. Or ganon. He said that we look the same. We look like a sibling.
I'd be honored to look like you.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for that comment, Blair Wanderlust. Thank you for coming. Hey, Dennis, ay bongga, perfect combination. Um, VJ, wala bang reveal ng abs kahit 5 seconds lang? Echos. Hoy, Tony!
Uh, that will a
Kayo
different
ha?
different day.
Kayo nagiging ano tawag doon? Pilyo. You're so pilyo ha, Tony? Claire, from Claire, Vijay Reyna, what do you think about Bina? Do you think she's the prototype of JKM era, or is it tactful strategy of MU because of her marketability? I think so. They're using her.
I think they're using her, but I think she's also I think it's sad because I think she is a deserving winner. I think
Yeah.
she should have won before, to be honest, by now. At least like over Amanda Obdam for sure. I was almost sure she's gonna be Amanda Obdam. Um, but now if she wins, even if it's deserving, people are gonna tack it on to her popularity, which is sad because she's worked incredibly hard on her English, on her
Yeah.
marketability, on everything. And as far as like what I think about her, long story short, of course, I think she is good objectively, but you have to consider that she is from my region of India, and so of course there's a little bit of camaraderie in my heart for her. Uh,
Mhm.
so I automatically love any woman who, is from my region. Um, but beyond that, I think she's a deserving contestant. But we'll have to see. The competition hasn't started yet. So I Kanya Lak Nugao
Mhm.
came back too, and I really love her. So
Um, my thoughts on this question of Claire. If Vina would be the one to represent Thailand for this year's edition of Miss Universe, it would be great if we can send also Win-Win. They have the same
yeah.
status, right?
Mhm.
Married, but she doesn't have a daughter or kid, and she's also on the cap of the age, right? She's not on like 30 plus already, and that would be great if you would think two powerhouse countries in Miss Universe is on the inclusive side.
Yeah.
And the shortbread said, "Oh, ayan, mga Merlis, kindness and consideration makes him blush."
Mm.
These are my Pageant Cafe. Mukha gusto mo makakita ng abs for today's video. I think so. That's what he's trying to to get it. I'm kind, so I make you blush. Oh God, yes, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis.
And then Sir Tony again say, ayoko na mag-vlog. Mas masarap sa... bitin ang sentence mo, Sir Tony. Di ba? And then Chad has a question. Which candidate had the most memorable fashion sense?
For MEPH?
Yes, probably that's what she's kind of.
Oh, fashion sense.
The thing is, we haven't seen them. I mean, the thing is like pictures, photos
You
on
know
personality.
you know who has good fashion sense is Baguio? Her team is really good. I think they always style the Miss Baguio's.
Gwendolyn, yeah.
Yeah, and Gwendolyn, she's not an exception. She's no exception. I think she styles herself really well. I was actually saying I want her styling for Atiza because I think that her styling
Hmm.
fit Atiza very like Manika, very baby girl, very doll, and I think that Atiza is going in that direction now. So I'm
Hmm.
liking Baguio for her styling.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. For me, is Baguio is one. Atis is very calm, very subtle. I don't think would be able to have this like in a fashion sense. I can say Katrina Ligado also because her things that she wears is kind of like always polished and there's no really fashion forward into it. I'm not sure this is just what I'm seeing because when I see fashion or fashion forward, it's like out of this world, right? Out of
Yeah,
something that you would be able only to see from fashion designers, fashion week, things like that. So we'll see. I can't tell yet as of this time. And yeah, grabe Dennis, I love you talaga. And Blair Wanderlust, inclusives, parang sangkap na isang halo-halo, pampasarap lang but no cream on the top. Kind of like that. That's true. It's just part of the halo-halo,
mhm,
right?
mm.
It's not the cream on the top, not the ube or the leche flan,
Yeah, mhm, mhm.
right? And it's really sad to see it, to feel it that way. But at least, hopefully, one of these days they would be able to consider the inclusive and you know
Be genuine.
break that thing that she said on that meeting because they always deny that, right? So so that to wash off those beliefs amongst pageant bloggers and commentators and fans, right? So I would love that to happen, and hopefully we can have that winning, like win-win or Vina for Thailand. Who
Yeah.
knows? And who, well, who favorite Indian queen in all pageants?
Ever.
Oh,
Um,
hmm,
I love
Susmita Sen for me.
Susmita Sen. Yeah, I think a lot of Filipinos love Susmita
Yeah.
Sen. I love Laura Dutta. I think she's just so timeless
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Yeah, in
I think
2000.
Laura Dutta.
I'm craving for kidding. My Jesus Dennis, what is that?
McDonald's maybe.
Yeah, hopefully that's the way it is, not other than the naughty one.
Yeah, diba?
Oh, she already said it, Sir Tony. Favorite Indian queen of all time. You think you'll change your say with Lara Data or still Susmita? Me, Susmita Sen ako.
Yeah, I think Laura Dutta for me.
DJ, who is sure to tropahin, jojowain, in UPH ka. Bakit naman, why jojowain? Definitely not. Oh my God. So, tropahin na lang. I would love to being friends with Katrina Ligado.
You want to be friends with her?
Yeah, kind of like to tropahin, a question of Blair
Oh,
Wanderlust among the MUPH candidates. What about you?
if I had to be friends with one of them, maybe I would be friends with. Gosh, I don't know. They're all so like. I would probably all of them, but if I had to pick one, yeah, I think I'd go with maybe a win-win. I think she'd be like a reliable friend, and I
Oh,
can.
that's one too, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
win-win.
yeah.
Win-win Marquez. Let me see. And Blair said, following up, who do you think is more beautiful and better in Q&A? Sushmita or La? You know what? For Q&A, I think both of them,
I like them both. Yeah, they're different.
right?
I think Susmita is like Pia, very genuine, heart-spoken,
Hmm.
and Laura is like Catriona, like very intelligent, forward-thinking. So they're both
Yes.
different approaches, but equally just really good.
Yeah, because if we are going to base on the Q&A when Lara won on that year, because that question is kind of like there's politics into it, right? Because there's a lot of people saying that blah, blah, blah pageant is an exposure of women's whatever, but
Mm,
she answered it really good.
she
Not
did.
really good. Very, very excellent answer
Yeah.
without any uh, taste of being bitter or mad or angry to those people who comment that way, but she really answers it like really very intellectually, or should I say in fashion forward, like intellectually forward. So shortbread, vlogger yan, hindi pageant contestant. Kaloka mga tanong mo. So true, right? So ang haba ng bangs ni Sir Andy. Yes, trying to hide up my little landing barge over there. So I don't want anything to land on that. Gumaganda si Andy every minute. Thank you, this is Sir Tony Lemon. Any questions, guys, or what? And if not, we might be just taking some comments in here. Andy, nag-concealer ang punda ang vlog, blah, blah, blah. Bumabata si Sir Andy as of now. He's my same age with DJ. I don't think we're on the same age.
You don't think
You
so?
because I'm on my 50s already.
Oh, you're looking great.
Yeah.
You're looking great.
Thank you. Ah, Dennis, mang-okray na ba tayo? Ay, walang okrayan ha. Alam ko na ngayon, madamot yan si Andy. Akala ko friends kami. Sharing dapat, di ba? Tigilan mo ako. Tony, you're naughty. You're trying to. Gaisel, nasaan ka? Gaisel is not here. Is Gaisel on live now? Vijay, what is your take on the new era of MU 2025? To yeah, maybe to final up our blog for today. Do you think it is tainted its reputation with so many viral videos and intrigues under JKN group? Is it still salvageable if JKN will be replaced? Definitely, still,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's salvageable, and I think it's still salvageable even if JKN isn't replaced if they do the right thing. But it will be up to them. It's an interesting era. That's my take. Very interesting.
Yeah. I think if this era is not gonna be like pushing in or kick out really good for this year, and maybe that's the reason Jake Kun An took Nawat into the picture, and if happens that Nawat takes over MU and it didn't go through the way we wanted, and it didn't work out right, and hopefully I would say the MU organization can take over by somebody else who really knows how to handle it. Or probably Paula Sugar can take over again. Who knows? Right? Wala ako dyan kasi three sa crowd, lol. Dennis said. Hindi naman, nagtitrisam nga tayo sa vlogging, Dennis. Ano ka ba? Diba? Because sometimes we three of us here, me, Dennis, and Tony. Do you believe that these two Thai owners will be the hindrance for Philippines to get into top five again? And will it be advantage for Thailand to always to include in the top five?
Okay. Do I think there's influence for Thailand to get into the top 5? Yes. But two things can be true at once. I think there's definitely influence for Thailand to be pushed to the top 5. And I think the most recent Miss Universe Thailands have been of quality. So I
Yeah.
think both are true. I think they're just lucky that a lot of people aren't too fixated on it because they have had quality contestants. So it's kind of like a weird space to be in because it's not right if they're influencing it, but at the same time, they're good. They're good on their own merit. So it's kind of
Yeah.
sad because, like, with same thing with Vina, she's good on her own merit, but if she was to win, now people might think it's, you know. So
Mm-hmm. Me too. My take on that Mizugat is kind of like I wouldn't mind if the candidate really performs good on the pageant, just like um, who is this? I forgot her name. When MMD Stein,
Antonia Porcid.
Antonia Porciel, yes, she deserves to be in the top five, even though there's an issue happening to that. My take is if the candidate is really doesn't did good and you would be able to find what is he doing up in there, that's the question that you're going to put up into up front talaga. Dahil, he didn't do anything. Pasarela is not good. Styling is not good. What is he doing up there? Kind of things like that. So,
Mhm.
right? So,
I agree.
right? Are you still okay to stay for a few more minutes,
Yeah, yeah. I'm not
BJ? Okay.
on my
Like
weekend,
what?
so
Yeah. Okay, good. Just let me know, hey? Like what happened to MMD? She won a special awards but still didn't give her the chance to top five. Yeah, that's what I just said. So kind of like that. So yes, of course, Dennis, you can ask question kasi or you can't ask question. Yes, you can. Come on, let's go. Why do you think Australia got into the top three in MU, Salvador beating MMD?
I don't know
Because
about why
she's
she.
pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know necessarily the MMD portion, but I can tell you on her own, I thought she was good. Like, I didn't
Mhm.
like her dress itself. That was I was like, what in the? But we have to remember Australia is like a high-resourced pageant country. I don't know how much she had, but she was gorgeous. Like that swimsuit competition, she looked like a Victoria's Secret
Yeah,
model. Like
yeah.
she looked stunning. And I'm usually into like the more Janita Morena type of beauty. So Australia isn't even
Mhm.
my type of beauty per se. Pero I was even like, oh my God, I can't deny that she was just stunning that night. So as I
Yeah, me
she's not
too.
the contestant that I wonder why she got placed over MMD. I think I look at some other contestants, not Australia though.
Me too. I already said this the last time on my live video blog. And if ever on those top five to put in MMD and take off one, I've said it. It should be Colombia.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I think it should have been
Yeah,
Colombia.
but not Australia because Australia is giving us really perfection on the swimsuit, minus a little bit only of the gown, but
Yeah, which is the
her
gown, not even
face.
her performance, the gown itself, but her aura,
Oh
she was
yeah,
shining. She was.
very pretty. Gazel is not live. Oh, okay. And then this one. The future of the Miss Universe organization is uncertain, with some wondering what the future holds for MUO. So true. I
Mm.
agree, Shortbread. Do you think the next selection of MU Queen will be fair, considering the reputation of Halu and Nawat join forces? Right?
Mm, I don't know. MGI was fair this year. I think that it was a really good selection, not just because 'cause I'm Indian, but I think that it was a good, like, top from beginning to end. The only time in MGI I thought what is going on was Curaçao. I thought she should have made top 10, but other than Curaçao, I think everything else was pretty well. It made sense. Um, I thought they were gonna rig it for Myanmar, to be honest, and they didn't. So, um, I think if they're going based off of that, it should be fine. But, I don't know. It's hard. We'll know the day of what's going
yeah,
on.
I
We'll know
think
very
they're fair for me, Mizugat. Just like what happened on El Salvador, it should have been Antonia Porcil if they really wanted to, if Halu really wanted to be the one who's deciding factor on that one. But still, I can see that the decision comes from the judges itself because Shadis Palacios during that time was really gorgeous. Oh my God, the body itself, right? And
yeah,
same as with Miss Denmark. So I
yeah.
think it's fair. I just hope it will not be a pointing of something just like now what is doing on his MGI. I know we will never know the exact reason, but why do you think guys think Celeste didn't make it on the same as on her year? I'll go. Maybe she's lacked of communication skills, not so authentic, right? It bugs me. Just like earlier, I saw the bench body works fashion show, and she was there. Celeste was there,
I saw. Yeah, I saw.
right? And it bugs me. The in between the legs, the two
Oh, the
legs,
gap.
the
Mm,
gap.
mhm.
That
Oh,
one.
hindi mo
It
gusto?
no, I don't like girls with a big gap in between their
Oh,
legs.
mm. I
It,
think she's beautiful. I mean, I
yes,
think
definitely.
objectively
Yeah.
she's very ganda, sobrang ganda. Pero, I you know, Celeste was the only one. It was sad because my Filipino roommate and I, we went to Miss Universe live, and it's the first time he's been watching since a child in the Philippines. First time ever seeing Miss Universe live. We go and Philippines isn't place. Like I felt so bad, but I had a feeling. I'll be honest. It was the first time ever I thought
Mhm.
Philippines might not place when it came to Celeste, because of the communication specifically. I
Yeah.
felt like maybe the interview was lacking, but we don't
Mhm.
know because they didn't release her interview.
Yeah.
They overtrained her too, to be honest. I think they way overtrained her and didn't let her essence shine through.
Overthinking.
Yeah, like with Rabia,
Mhm.
I think they overtrained Rabia, so similar.
And there is another question here for you. VJ, describe your perfect date for Miss Universe final competition.
Just going at all is a perfect date. So,
And then from Blair Wanderlust, the non-inclusion of MMD to the top five was kind of questionable, very questionable. But it's not the fact that the first picture that came out on the top five, Antonia is not there and MMD was there, and then the next one is Antonia is there and MMD was gone. It should not be MMD who got taken off on that picture.
Yeah.
And Sir Lemon. Oh, she's taking a shower. Bye, guys. Love you all. Okay, thank you, Sir Tony.
Thank you.
And who is the most memorable and inspiring beauty queen for my Mr. VJ? Most memorable and inspiring queen? There's lots actually,
Yeah. If I had to give like 4 or 5, I guess I would say Pia Wurtzbach comes to mind very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Our one that's not popular, but I think she's actually way underpopular is Arbany Nola. I think Arbany Gabriel is
Yeah.
just so sweet. Shanice Palacio actually, during her reign, she was so genuine every time she
Mm-hmm.
went somewhere, very sweet. Um, Hernaz, because I was my first time since watching she India won,
Yeah.
and then Zosie because her words are always so powerful.
For me, it's always be Pia Wurzbach.
Yeah, Pia's a big
Pia
one.
Wurzbach and Arboni.
Yeah, Arbany.
Because the way she did her, what do you call this? Advocacy
Mm-hmm.
for, the fashion, whatever,
Fashion.
the sustainable fashion, it just really fits her.
Yeah.
MUO may have called Miss Art Organization for professional reference for Celeste Cortesi, and that's one too. That one too also because there's a lot of pictures came out during those times that made it's not a good pictures because I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's one too, and because during that time it's still with the IMG and they're very, very keen
Image.
on that. Yeah. Vijay, I was in NOLA too. What are your thoughts on Celeste Costes' ex-boyfriend Matthew Custodio?
I don't really know who he is, to be
We
honest.
don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
I'm sure he's very bogey.
Yes. Volter denied that he walked out when Celeste did not make it to the top 20. I was there and he walked out crying with MJ Lastimosa. Oh,
I heard the same, but I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. There were so
yeah.
many Venezuelanos and Filipinos. It was too hard to pay attention to anything. So many screaming
Oh,
people.
why would he walk out crying? For what?
Yeah.
It's a competition.
Perhaps because the first time ever, and then the pressure, and then blah
Yeah,
blah blah. Who
it
knows?
could be. Yeah. What are both of your top three facial beauty in Miss Universes?
Like
Hey,
winners,
you,
or like in general?
I think winners, what Brownie Pinoy is asking. I think you said that already. Like the most inspiring, just like what Dennis is asked.
Yeah, those are some
Yeah,
beautiful.
those are. What do you think is Samantha Bernardes being first runner up on Avina and GI USA? Although Samantha gave the best in performance in what stops Philippines to win. I think I heard it's the Atichona.
Oh,
Atichona thing. Kind of like that.
I liked Abina too, though. I thought she was
Oh
gorgeous.
God, just the hair.
Her
Love the
hair,
hair.
that dress, and I thought she spoke
Yeah.
well, and then she learned Thai, that's insane. So both Samantha and Abina were great queens. I don't
Mm.
think that either one was a bad choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty
Samantha
much it.
MU, yeah.
Guys, that's pretty much it. We all had your comments read. And yeah, and already like an hour and a half. So maybe this is it. And yeah, VJ, go ahead and promote your channel and to these people, to these Pilio
Yes.
people.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, you guys, my channel name is the same as my name here, Vijay Reyna, Vijayreyna. You guys can find me on Instagram as well with the same name, and similar content to Andy. So if you enjoy their content, perhaps you'll enjoy mine too. And so yeah, and hopefully I'll be welcoming Andy soon onto my channel to do a live and
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
visit us there. So
Okay, there you go guys. Ayan mga kaibigan ha, i-follow ninyo or i-subscribe ninyo si VJ Reyna. And madali lang yan. He's always really on the go na rin. I would speak Tagalog na ha. if you don't mind. So, yeah, tulungan natin siya so that he would be able to, suportahan natin siya sa lahat ng kanyang mga ginagawang vlogs, pageant vlogs, because he's also a very good supporter for Miss Universe Philippines, right? She's always like having comment or videos or blogs. And thank you so much for being here. For a newcomer, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please do subscribe and click the like button in there. Yung ganyan po. Don't forget that. That's the only thing that you can do for us. Yung mag-click kayo ng like, that'd be great. And thank you so much. And hopefully next time you're still gonna be there for us, for me and BJ. And yeah, hopefully I can go visit your live also and have like a little bit of a chit chat galore.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you
Salamat
so
po.
much. And always remember, be kind to one another, because being kind, you won't go anywhere else. Just straight to heaven.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.